Let's jump into maintenance tips for your HVAC system, especially this time of year. So I want to cover just a few things. First, as you already know, you need to check and replace your air filters often. Clogged air filters create a significant strain on the system. It reduces the airflow and it makes them less efficient in the summer and less efficient in the winter. I keep room air purifiers in my primary bedroom and also in my office, and I have an office in my house. And it is amazing how dirty those really, really fine filters get. So there's lots of dust. And when we leave it in our house, we're breathing it in. So change those air filters, number one. Keep your AC and your heating system free of debris, meaning you need to get everything cleaned out of the ducts. You need to get it cleaned out of the system. You need to get it cleaned off the registers or the the places where the air comes out in your home. You don't want anything slowing down the airflow. You don't want the system to be blowing air right back out in the house. So make sure that you are monitoring whether or not there's any debris in your system. You ever turn your heating system on first time in the wintertime and it smells like something's burning? Well, it's because there is something burning. It's the dust, it's the debris that's inside the unit that you're smelling being burned when it first comes on. And remember, take all of this that I'm saying with a grain of salt, because the reality is I am not an HVAC expert. Next recommendation I have for you is clean all your registers. Where the air goes in, the intake where it brings in air to heat up and put back out into the room, you make sure you clean that. Unscrew it, take it down. You can wash it in the sink with soap and water. That's what I've done in the past. And then also your airflow, where the air comes out into the room, you can take those vents down as well, those registers down as well, and clean them up, and it'll make sure your air is flowing as freely as possible. In the South, a lot of us have humidifiers. We don't want our hardwood floors to shrink. We don't want our skin to be so dry in times of year when we run the air conditioning a lot. And so we have a humidifier and we run it all the time. Well, when you get to this time of year, you don't have the problem with the air being so dry. And so you can actually just turn off your humidifier system. Now, I used to in the past have my humidifier cleaned. There's water in there. I'm sure that gets mold and mildew in there. So I would have it cleaned fairly regularly. Now, this is one thing that I specialize in, and that is listening for unusual noises. I don't know about you, if you have good hearing or bad hearing. Sometimes I can't hear the things that are easy for me to hear, like someone talking to me when they're asking me questions, but I can hear a knocking or a pinging or a thumping that is coming from the HVAC system. And if you hear any noise that sounds unusual, like the airflow is being restricted, or like literally there's something hitting something else inside of the system, then make sure you call somebody to come out, take a look at your system, make sure your system is in the best working shape it can possibly be in. And then when you're, and this is just a summertime tip, when it's really hot outside, don't expect your HVAC system to do all of the work on its own. You need to help it. So if you have ceiling fans, if you can close shades or blinds in a room to keep the heat from coming into the room, help your HVAC system be as efficient as possible. The better you take care of them, the longer they will last, and the more money you will save in terms of expenses on your home.